Yo, fair use, fair use. What's going on with you? Fair use, fair use, fair use. YouTube. I found a name. Comic Hoarder. Shout out to Comic Hoarder. Black Marvel. Sandra. All y'all. Terminator. Texas. I think there was another one too besides uh, Comic Hoarder. Anyway, I got a show for you today. It's still today. All right, we just finished a different one earlier. So, what are we talking about? I keep telling on these videos because I'm hoping somebody's going to see it one day and they'll be able to apply it to their life, right? And this show, the Pop Your Balloon show, this is a good look at what the hell goes on in the dating market. And what we're about to talk today about today is this guy takes this girl, uh, they match, and the guy actually takes this girl on a couple of dates, and she doesn't really make a big deal about where he's taking her. So out of the kindness of his heart, he said, "You know what? I'm gonna take her on a trip. I'm gonna take her out the country." Well, he takes Shorty out of the country on a magnificent vacation, and we're gonna see how she reacted. All right. So let me see here. Let's see. That's from the old show. Tell me what you want from me. What do you just want from me? And that's why I chose this song because what do they want? I already know what they want. Doesn't matter what they want because no matter what you do, it will not be good enough. That's what I. That's my message. That's my message. No matter what you do for that girl, B, it's not going to be good enough. Why? Because what else do I say? I also say you do not build what? You do not build equity in a woman. You know how you buy a house and you're supposed to build equity? You don't build equity in a woman. What you did back then don't mean shit. Don't mean shit. Ain't gonna count for shit. Because all they're gonna think about is what have you done for me lately? So let's go get on into this here. I was skipping around a little bit and see what's up.
Go? How'd you guys like? How was the communication? How'd you go about planning the second date?
Let me let her speak.
Let me see what else. But he
A lot of people were like, "Man, I felt like she was vibing with Brian." Like, I don't know if you felt that as well, but what kind of like helped you narrow down your thought process between the two of them?
um Brian just didn't seem as genuine. It seemed like he was a flirt, and it didn't really seem like his words had actual meaning behind it. So that was one of the things that made me pop his balloon. Let me see what else. But he was great. The conversation was great. It just didn't seem like the words had value behind it. So that's what led to the process of elimination.
Okay, okay. And then Eric, we kind of saw this time around you weren't super fake, I guess we could say, but maybe it's a better selection. I don't know. What was it this
I mean,
time
you did
around?
have a pretty good selection this time
Okay.
for sure. Yeah, so
Got it.
that helped. Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
that's good to hear. That's good to hear. Well, I know everyone just kind of wants to jump right into things already. So,
Oh,
obviously, since you guys have matched on the show, have you guys gone on a date? Have you hung out? All that good stuff?
Yeah, we've gone on multiple dates.
Oh my
And
gosh.
yeah, we've hung out.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. You said
Yeah, shorty sitting there like she got a fucking problem or something, bro. I mean, she's sitting there like she got a fucking problem. Not the problem like the nigga try to do something to her. She's sitting there like she got a problem like she got a motherfucking attitude type shit, bro.
multiple.
Multiple dates, yeah.
Oh, Jocelyn, you want to hop in there? Let me know about how the first date went.
The first date was really cool. It was right after we had the recording there. We went to Buffalo Wild Wings.
Okay.
Damn, Buffalo Wild Wings. I ain't gonna hold you. That's kind of crazy. But this just goes to show you, man. Buffalo Wild Wings was a great fucking choice. Yeah. See, you women are fucking it up. Let me interrupt. Let me interrupt, man. They fucking it up for the good chicks. You fucking it up for the BBWs. You know what a BBW is? I made an acronym for it. I forgot. Better black woman, some shit like that. Yeah, you fucking it up for the better black woman, right? Because y'all out here getting shit, getting perks. These are perks. Like these are legit fucking perks. And y'all bitches just like, and the rest of these bitches ain't gonna get that. We're not giving it to them. We wish we would give a bitch something now. Why should we? They don't deserve that shit. And look, this nigga here, I don't want to spoil it, but this nigga here did the damn thing. Buffalo Wild Wings was the first date.
Who chose that spot?
I tried to take her. I was looking for a nicer restaurant,
Okay.
but I was really impressed with the fact that she was just happy to go to Buffalo Wild Wings, which I think that told me a lot about her initially.
Okay.
It just says that, yeah, I'm just chill and you don't have to try.
Aw, that's a nice fucking picture, dog. Let me clip this shit out. That's a nice picture. She's actually a very pretty young lady there, man. It's always you pretty bitches, right? It's always you pretty bitches, B. That just, fuck shit up for everybody, right? But all right, so she went to Buffalo Wild Wings. She said, "No, this is cool. We could do Buffalo. All right, see what happens."
To impress me.
God. Okay, so she chose Buffalo Wild Wings.
Yeah, well, yeah, she saw it and she was like, yeah, let's just go there.
Oh, okay. And then so this was right after the shooting, you said?
Yeah.
Okay. And then from there, like, how did things go? How'd you guys, like, how was the communication? How'd you go about planning the second date?
Let me let her speak.
Jocelyn?
What a gentleman.
I'm sorry. Let me. So after that, we kept in contact. It was a lot of FaceTiming and a lot of just a lot of communication because we live in different states, different time zones, and we also have different schedules as well. So we kept in contact as much as possible. I would call him in the mornings. He would call me between his appointments. Whenever he was working.
Appointments.
What is it called? Appointments.
Appointments.
Yeah, so he would call me between. So whenever we had time, we would contact each other, and it worked very well. Our second date was to Dave and Buster's, I believe.
All right,
I think our second date was Dave and Buster's. He came.
all right. Dave and Buster's. This is the second date. Now, now you guys notice that she ain't show up. She just on camera and shit, right? This nigga took her to Buffalo Wild Wings, which she said, all right, yo, she pointed it out. All right. Second date was fucking Dave and I ain't I ain't doing Dave and Buster's, Pop. I ain't doing Dave and Buster's. I'm sorry. I don't even like Dave and Buster's. But whatever, let's go.
came to Austin and we had a
Oh,
great time. Yeah.
okay. So, how soon after did you go over to Austin?
Well, we matched on the 1st of June,
Okay.
and so we spent 2 weeks on FaceTime getting to know each other, asking
Yeah.
questions and all that stuff. And then I was traveling, working. And so we ended up, I ended up coming to Austin, I think, on the 26th
Oh,
or
wow.
so.
Okay.
Yeah. Was it 26th? 24th to 26th or so, something like
20
that.
days.
Okay.
Yeah. And
Nice.
then, yeah,
Oh,
just
shit.
spent the week beforehand, we were going to
What?
do something else.
Okay.
Hold
So
up,
the
my
whole
man. Hold up. That looking like that was looking pretty promising. This is what, 5:38. Oh, shit.
Yeah. And
nice.
then, yeah, just spent a week beforehand, we were going to do something else.
Okay.
Chilling
So
there.
the whole week you were out there.
Damn. She was chilling there in that position. She liked that. Where did we go wrong? Where did we go wrong, man? She jumped on this nigga. Hold on, I'm clipping this up too. She jumped on him. Shit seemed kind of nice, man. All right, I got it.
Do something else.
Okay. So the whole week you were out there in Austin, you guys were kind of like going out, doing different things.
Yeah.
I got
Yeah.
it. Okay. So Dave and Buster's was one of them that you did out there.
Dave and Buster's was the first one.
Okay.
Yeah.
What any other fun stuff?
Well, she showed me some places that she was fond of.
Okay.
Some place by the, it's like a river. What's the name of that river place that we went to?
It's like Lady Bird Lake. It was like a boardwalk. Um, it was pretty nice. He bought Capri. Capri's like really cool, yeah.
Yeah. She's allergic to Capri, by the way.
Uh-oh.
I am.
Oh my gosh, what happened?
I got hives. It was actually really bad.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Like I don't know how allergies work with like pets and
Immediately.
stuff.
Immediately.
Immediately.
wow.
Yeah, like I broke out in hives after Capri like touched me. It was yeah.
Oh, okay, so it was like he had sorry, is it a boy or a girl?
That's a girl.
A girl. Okay, so so she had to like touch you in order for that to happen, or was like just like being in the same area?
I really truly it's never happened to me before. Capri,
Oh my
like
gosh.
I really don't know how it happened. I was just playing with Capri. Next thing you know, I have like hives all over my arms and my legs. So
Did you have to go to urgent care or like
I
what?
thugged it out. I thugged it out a little bit. When I went home, I took a Benadryl and was knocked out. So it was cool.
Okay.
It wasn't too bad.
Got it. So that was the first and last time meeting Capri?
Yes. Oh no. Well, I think you've been around Capri Sun, right?
Okay.
Probably. I don't know.
You came to the Airbnb to pick me up and stuff, so you would see her at that point.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. And it happened again, or you popped a Benadryl beforehand?
No, I kept her away.
Oh, okay. Got it. Okay, so how was the time in Austin? Like, how was it? Like the time spending with each other, all that stuff.
It was cool. So I think he were downtown. I don't really want to give like where I live, but he was like downtown.
No, don't.
Yeah, he was a little bit further away from where I was staying. So whenever I got off of work, I would come down and see him. I think we hung out every day for the most part.
Yeah, give or take a couple of days.
Work, I would come down and see him. I was away from where I was staying. So whenever I got off of work,
This is cute. I mean, it's just seeming like I don't really think, and it's a shame, man. It really is a shame that we can't do too much for you ladies because it goes unappreciated, right?
work, I would come down and see him. I think we hung out every day for the most part.
Yeah, give or take a couple of days. Well, there was one day actually, I think,
One day, what?
because you had to go to Houston. Remember?
Yeah,
Oh.
my life. That's a story for another day. But yeah,
Interesting. She said we hung out pretty much every day. He was like, except for one day. She's like, huh? What? Huh? Huh? I said, yeah, you have to go to Houston. Remember? Oh, yeah. She probably went to go see another nigga. How do you forget? I don't know. Maybe, maybe not. But I don't trust bitches, so.
Yeah, I had to go to Houston. No, ever since the show aired, a lot of things have been happening, but I did have to go to Houston like one night, and then I came back, and that's the day I didn't see him. But other than that night, yes, I saw him every day.
Like every
She had to go to Houston one night. Mm, interesting. Yeah, you got to go at night? Yeah, all right.
other day. Wow. Okay, sounds like you guys are spending a lot of time getting to really know each other, all that good stuff. Okay, and then so the week in Austin.
Right?
After that, have you guys kept communication? How was that going?
Yeah. So about 2 weeks in, I was very excited. We were getting to know each other. I had lists and lists upon lists of questions, and every time I met her up, I would ask her all these questions, just trying to get to know her.
Okay.
And I felt like we had a genuine connection, and it really hit me the fact that she wasn't really interested in like going to like nice places and was just happy to do regular things. So I thought it would be nice to do something special for her.
Okay.
So I asked her if she would like to go on a vacation trip to a European country of her choice. And and so we ended up, she decided on Santorini because she always wanted to go there. She'd never been there.
Okay.
And so, yeah.
Now, at this point, shouldn't she be smiling? Wouldn't a normal chick be smiling as soon as he said, yeah, we went to Santorini? Wouldn't she be like blushing right about now? Like, yeah, right? She's sitting there still with this motherfucking look on her face, bro. And I want to know why she got this goddamn look on her face, bro.
So I planned for that.
Wow.
Yeah.
So after you guys, you said you got to know each other, speak all that good stuff.
Yeah.
Right away, you were like, all right, pick a European country.
Well,
Like,
I was already traveling. So I
Okay.
was on the road. I'd been on the road for a month, and so I was nearing the end of it. And I thought it was something adventurous together.
Okay,
Yeah.
so Santorini, Greece. What made you pick that place? First of all, let me backtrack. Were you shocked that, someone who you just met was asking you like, girl, let me take you out of the country? Like, how was that?
Um, it was definitely a shocking question. I haven't been asked that so early within like knowing a person.
Okay.
I wouldn't say it was a love bomb, but hey, like I'm here for the illusion regardless. But
This nigga here. And look at his face. His face is like the ungratefulness of this bitch. The nerve of these niggas. Look at his face, B. I don't know if you could see it on your TV, if you could zoom in on this nigga's face, but from where I'm looking, this nigga squinting his eyes. He kind of got a scowl. This nigga's like, what, bitch? Love bombing. Like, you a real ungrateful ass nigga.
I had a great time. Yeah.
There
Okay.
you go.
So I guess obviously at that time, I know you said you don't want to say it was a love bomb, but obviously you were comfortable enough to be like, okay, I'll be okay with
Yo, what's up with her, man? Wait, look at this shit here. Look at this shit. What's that?
I had a great time.
Right. Did you see that shit with her fucking eyes? You probably can't see it. Hold on. Did you see that shit with her eyes? I had a great time. And she like kind of rolled her eyes a little bit.
But hey, like I'm here for the illusion regardless. But
Look.
I had a great time.
Eye roll. You see that bullshit? Shaking the head. Like,
Yeah.
What's up? What's up with you though? Yo, I'm tight. I'm tight. I'm mad, man. Why? I can't even spoil it for you. I can't even spoil it for you. I'm getting tight, though. The nerve.
Okay. So I guess obviously at that time, I know you said you don't want to say it was a love bomb, but obviously you were comfortable enough to be like, okay, I'll be okay with going out the country with him.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. And then so once you guys, got to Greece, how was that? Like, first of all, how was traveling together? Because like I know a lot of people are always like, man, traveling with someone really shows you how they are, all that stuff. Like, how was
That
that?
that is, to be fair, why I did it was
Okay.
because we were getting to know each other,
Hmm.
and so I was thinking to myself, you know, let's. It's not to say that we're speeding it up, but it's just to like know for sure.
Okay.
And I've had this experience before,
Hmm.
where you travel with someone, and through that experience, you get to really see, the literal shits and the the metaphorical shits of who they are, and they get to see you as well. And so
Uh-huh.
I think at that point you can make more certain decisions
Yeah.
about to proceed or not
Okay.
to proceed.
So in the beginning, the traveling there, that was good for you guys. Like how Jocelyn, I guess we'll start with you, Jocelyn.
Okay, what's up? What happened?
Uh-oh.
What happened?
She's shaking her head.
No, traveling there was great. We weren't really sitting next to each other all the time. Um, is
It's a
Is there a reason?
booking error.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
okay, okay.
uh, but overall, it was a great experience.
What, the traveling was a great experience, or the whole trip
She up there filming this nigga braiding her hair and shit. You know what I mean?
altogether?
She funny. Yo,
I was specifically talking about like the traveling there part. It was pretty cool. It was nice.
Okay.
It wasn't like any issue.
you see that? She was like, "Oh, I was specifically talking about the traveling there part, not the whole trip with you, nigga. Just the traveling there part. You see this shit? You got pick up on this bullshit.
She's traveling there.
Got it. Okay. So now once you guys have gone to Greece, did you guys have like a whole itinerary planned? Like who did the itinerary planning? I feel like you like to do that kind of stuff, or
I deferred to her. I wanted to
okay,
I wanted to
good.
give her some options and see what she was into, but I think we tried to keep it loose so that
Okay.
every day would feel to some degree like a new adventure.
Okay, so you guys
Yeah.
didn't do too many like activities or you didn't plan too much? Kind of like
I had an idea of an activity for each day.
okay.
Yeah, but
Okay.
there was definitely food involved,
I hope
restaurants
so.
and yeah, restaurant dates and stuff.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so like yeah, walk me through the trip. Like what'd you guys do? How did it go?
Um, well, the first day we just went to a restaurant down from where we were staying,
Hmm.
and we had a very nice apartment overlooking the city.
Mm,
Could watch the sunrise, watch the sunset. It was really
nice.
nice. We went on a
Okay, so he booked an apartment, like I guess like another Airbnb. He didn't do a hotel. Okay,
boating trip
Hmm.
to see some of the tinier islands,
Okay.
and yeah, I was just different restaurants,
Okay.
really. Yeah,
Nice.
rented an ATV, and that's how we got around.
Very cool. So you
Yeah,
had the ATV for the whole duration of the trip?
yeah,
Okay. I
about
didn't know that was
yeah, yeah. No, over there you could just ride ATVs. Like
wow.
yeah,
Because I
it's
know
cool.
like I haven't been to Greece, but every
Yeah,
time I look at Greece and other people's videos, I just see like a bunch of hills and houses on top of
yeah.
houses.
No,
So
it's
oh
tough to
hell,
navigate for
I
you know
sure.
what? There ain't no fucking guardrails, nigga.
ATV, and that's how we got around.
very cool. So you
Yeah,
had the ATV for the whole duration of the trip?
yeah,
Okay. I
about
didn't know that was
yeah, yeah. No, over there you could just ride ATVs.
wow.
Yeah,
Because I
it's
know
cool.
like I obviously
There ain't no guardrails at that mother.
I haven't been to Greece, but every
Yeah.
time I look at Greece and other people's videos, I just see like a bunch of hills and houses on top of
Yeah.
houses.
No,
So
it's tough to navigate for
I
sure.
bet
Yeah.
that's why I was like, "Dang, how
Yeah,
y'all ride an ATV out there?"
Yeah.
Okay,
Okay.
and obviously, Jocelyn, you chose the place. So, like, did you have things in mind already that you're like, okay, when we get there, we have to do this? And were you guys able to do them?
Yeah, everything I wanted to do, we did. There was this
Okay.
area, like this town called Oye or
Uh,
Oya. It's where most of the houses are white, but there's a few blue tops, like blue
oh, I've
roofs.
seen that. Yeah.
That was the main thing I wanted to do. So we saw that, and it was nice. We watched the sunset
Nice.
from there.
Okay. Okay. And obviously, I can tell like with the viewers and everyone and here I can feel that there's quite a lot of tension going on.
there we go.
So, how did that trip end? Or
Or like, why are you always trying to get to?
we let's get to it because I'm
Always trying
feeling
to
a
get to the.
lot of vibes right now, and I don't know if it happened on the trip, after the trip,
I,
or who wants to start it off?
Um, we had our very first argument
Mm,
on the 29th.
not you remembering the date.
Well, I'm a very detailed person.
Okay.
I take a lot of notes.
Uh-huh.
I try to be introspective. So like,
Mm.
yeah.
she gonna,
It wasn't really a big deal, but would you like? Should I talk about it or?
I would just like to say that we realized on this trip that we're not as compatible as we thought we were. We just had just disagreements, and we just realized that we're great people, we're just not great for each other. And I personally would like to leave it at that.
Even I will be fair. I will be honest. I am to some degree stumped at the decision not to continue,
Mm.
and we've spent a lot of time throughout the argument working through, the reactions, but never really addressing the initial cause.
Okay.
And it did start off with her just saying she wants to leave, and
The first disagreement, she said,
that was the
leaving.
second disagreement.
Oh,
The
okay.
first disagreement was when I came to her place,
Austin.
the first time, yeah.
Oh,
So
okay.
yeah, I was staying at an Airbnb, and at an Airbnb, but on the last day, I decided we were gonna go over there and pack and stuff. But everything was everywhere, messy. She seemed like she was doing a lot, so I wanted to step in and help. So I was going in to move some shoes around, and then she was reprimanded me, I guess is the way to say it, and just like that would piss her off for me to move stuff around.
Mm.
And so
Did you
I
ask her
felt,
before you just started moving
well,
stuff?
I didn't,
Okay.
but but that's the thing is, I didn't want to make a big deal of it. She asked me to take the trash out,
Okay.
and I did.
Hmm.
But I also felt like she had said to me that she would like to keep an open space, a safe space where I could just tell her things in the
Hmm.
moment. So I think for me it was also a good point to test that out. Is it okay for me to tell you that the way you're saying that to me made me feel some type of way?
Okay.
So
So obviously you guys worked through that
worked
one
through it.
because
Yeah.
you went to Greece afterwards still, right?
Right.
Okay.
Yeah, and we talked about it a bit at the airport, and then yeah, we went on a trip. Everything was great up until I think the fifth day or so. Yeah, I don't want to go into too many details just out of respect to her as well.
Yeah.
But I think that at some point I also,
out of respect to her. She don't respect that you not doing that out of respect for her. She don't respect that shit, man. I don't like that. When you realize that these broads, right, their whole fucking life has been built off of when they do some shit wrong, they're not being challenged about it. And if you challenge them about it, you're cruel or you're mean, you're misogynistic, all of this other shit. Now, check these bitches on their shit. Bitch, you did something foul. You did something wrong. This is what you did. We gonna talk about it so you can get a fucking H and put that shit on your chest and handle it.
She wants to go slower,
Mm-hmm.
slow, which is fine. I was trying to be respectful of that as a boundary, but I felt that I'd been just going on at her speed for
Okay.
most of the time. So I also wanted to set some boundaries to help me respect her boundaries. So I think that's where the initial communication malfunction occurred,
Mm-hmm.
perhaps. And she, to backtrack, when people argue, everyone argues a certain way. My way of calming down is to take breaks and move away and
Okay.
relax, write things down, and then come back and talk about them. And I told her this in the beginning. We were trying to figure out our argumentative styles.
Mm-hmm.
So when this happened, I took a break and I went to sit uh, on a stoop, and and so while I was there just talking to a friend of mine, she sent me a text that she wanted to leave and asked if I could take her to the airport.
This is in Greece.
Yeah, that was in Greece, like
Okay.
about the fifth day or so. And so so I was just like, well, we have an ATV first of all, so I can't drive you to Greece. But I didn't want to do it. I said, if you want to go, just you can go. But I asked her not to go. I said, just take a moment, calm down, relax, and then you can decide later on. So that was kind of where things started spiraling.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so Jocelyn, Eric kind of touched on a bit that at one point during the trip, I believe you said on the fifth day, you said that, yeah, I'm leaving, all that stuff. What led you to come to that point?
What led me to come to that point was how we disagreed. We said words that were hurtful to each other,
Mm.
and I held grudges against him, which caused me to be uncomfortable while being there. And I didn't want to be uncomfortable on a vacation.
Yeah, when you with a chick, right, and she want to leave, she want to go, don't change her motherfucking mind, kid. Let that bitch go. What are you fighting for? There is no more fighting for. There is no more trying to wait. Man, let that heifer go. She done went and enjoyed all 5 of the 7 days, and she like, you know what? I done seen what I want to see. I done ate. I done had a good time. I got me some pictures for motherfucking Instagram. I'm gonna go. Let her go. I'm not gonna take you to motherfucking. I'm not gonna take you to the airport. You might even have to buy your own plane ticket. You can't use my motherfucking round trip, bitch. You got to buy your own shit. Yo, what the? And this is more of a safety thing for men because that's that. It's kind of like you're not holding them against their will, but it's just, man. Them bitch want to go, let it go, bro. Just let it go. Oh shit, yeah, yo, no problem, man. I'm not going to drive you though to the airport. You know what I mean? They got Uber all over the fucking world. You can get you up an Uber and safe travels. That's it, man. All that other shit, trying to stay and work it out, no, 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 no. Like you see where that shit gets you. It gets you nowhere.
When it's supposed to be a good time. Um, the way we handled the situation in general just showed ourselves. Like I showed off, he showed off, and then it just wasn't a comfortable environment to be in, especially for it to be in a different country and we don't really know each other. I just didn't feel at ease being there for more days. with him. So I felt like at the time, the best way to get out of an uncomfortable situation is to leave. I'm not saying that was the best decision. Maybe I could have stayed and talked to him and talked it out, but at the time, I did what felt right to me.
Okay. And so you did actually end up leaving.
Yes, I left.
Oh, wow. Okay. And then so after you left, have you guys been in any type of contact, any communication? You have?
Yeah, so after we left, Eric still had to come back to my apartment because we shared a suitcase coming there. So he still came back to my apartment. We talked it out. We hugged. Like we had like we every discussion, every disagreement we had, we talked about off camera, and I've apologized. He's apologized. A lot of things were already discussed. So when he came back to the apartment, like it was fine. At least in my head, it was fine. I walked him to the door. It was cool. Like in my head, it was cool. And even afterwards, when he flew back to Las Vegas, I checked on him to make sure he landed safely, making sure he's getting sleep. He told me he's has more appointments. So we did keep in contact for the day after when we landed back in the States.
Okay. I see here. Jocelyn, you stated like, you guys were having disagreements. You were saying like hurtful things to.
Now, to be fair, uh, that was pretty cool. That was good. That she must have came to her fucking senses or something on that long ass flight and realized, you know what, man, So that's cool.
One another, all of that. How was it like dealing with those disagreements?
It was aggravating. We were disagreeing on things that were we were disagreeing about the boundaries that we both set for each other, which is just very childish on both of our end. But after that, we chose to react off of our emotions at the time. So, yeah, in the morning time, I didn't really think that the situation was as bad as it was. But in the morning time, like Eric had like left, and I think you were doing laundry. I mean, he had things to do. I don't really want to say he was just up and left, but just that entire day, for the most part, we didn't really speak. It was either he was in the room and I was in the living room, or he was out shooting footage, or he was out doing laundry. So we just really weren't talking on the day after we had that huge disagreement. Um, it was to the point, it was almost as if we were avoiding each other. Um, and it was just weird.
So you got up the next day and just says,
Well,
go
I,
do your own
I
thing?
told her beforehand that I had to do laundry. I'd run out of clothes. I travel with a bag, you know. So I went out to do laundry. I went out running 3 miles up the hill. I was tired. When I came back, I went to bed. But before I went to bed, we'd made a plan, something she wanted to go see about 5 p.m. or so.
Okay.
And I'd slept through it. And when I woke up, I asked her, hey, you still want to go do that thing? And she's like, no. So I was like, okay, well, if you don't mind, I'm gonna go and shoot some pictures or something. I'd I'd lost the key to the apartment, so I had to go back and look for it. So that's what I did instead. So I was going back to the location where I'd run to. I found the key. I came back, and that's then where we had another set of conversations,
Okay.
because she kind of called me to the couch and like, hey, what's going on, you know? And so I told her, I was like, there's nothing is wrong. I'm fine. I just feel like I have to be a bit more distant about cuddling and, kissing, because it feels sometimes when I try to do it, it seems like you're uncomfortable. You kind of back away.
Okay.
She wants to kiss, she doesn't want to make out, things like that. So I'm like, okay, I don't want to be too overbearing. So I'm going to kind of create a little bit of a boundary. Still want to go do things, but she didn't.
Which is good. Don't force yourself on a person and set boundaries the way you don't want to get too close to that person. If spending time and sitting close makes you want to be affectionate, don't sit close. Don't spend time. because the boundary they have is they don't like to kiss, they don't like to uh, 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 show display of affection. So don't put yourself in a position to where you want to show a display of affection for them to only shoot you down. So that's what he did. That was smart.
Wake me up, and she said that I should have set an alarm. So, I called her passive. I said that was a passive statement because we're in this together. So, you know, wake me up. And yeah.
So all of this was before she said, I'm leaving?
No, she'd already said she was leaving in the afternoon. So
Okay.
she just decided. I mean, this is literally, I went outside to take a break, and she sent me a text, I'm going to the airport. It was so abrupt. It caught me off guard. So I was like, like, what's this nonsense? The Nigerian in me came in, and I was like, you know, I don't understand what you mean you're leaving. Go take
Yeah.
a break and relax. If you want to get an Airbnb, go get an Airbnb. You don't leave, you know, there's nothing to leave
So
from.
how long did you guys have this trip booked
And this is the same nature that they show in a relationship. The other day we showed the video, yesterday, where all three types of women, the women who are filthy rich, they leave. The women who want to be stay at home moms and be taken care of and everything, right? They get taken care of, they get all the bills paid and they're at home. They leave. And the chick who is by herself, the baby mama, right? She had the kids, she wasn't married, she has to work and she leaves because she has to work. So like what the fuck do they want? It doesn't matter what they want anymore. It matters what you want. It matters what you want because you have the most responsibility, you have the most risk, and you have the most societal pressure. You got the most responsibility. You go out there, you have to pay for the trip, you have to pay for the Airbnb, the fucking flight, the ATV, the dinners. You paid all of that shit, right? You got the most responsibility. You got the most risk. He risked going out there with her and her leaving and ruining the rest of the trip. She did that. And the most societal pressure when that tab come at the fucking table, you got to pay that shit. So you do what you want to do, man. Like yo, it's when I play James Brown, it's a man's world. It's a reason behind that because it is. We just been tricked into we. It's a man's world, but we got to do everything for a woman. Fuck that. That hasn't been working. You know what I'm saying? So you do what the hell you want to do, man.
for?
7 days.
7 days. Okay. And then Jocelyn, you ended up leaving on the fifth day or the sixth day. What day was it?
Was it the fourth? Was it the fifth day?
Sixth.
I left on the sixth day. Okay.
You left on the 6th day, yeah.
I see. Okay. So with him, with that thing you guys wanted to do, you didn't want to just like wake him up, or what was going on with that part?
So we were already we already knew that there was tension before then. Before he took the nap, before everything, like the big argument happened the day before. So when he went to sleep, I don't know, it's like I don't really know how to explain it. I could have woken him up to answer your question. I could have woken him up.
She was like, "Fuck that."
However,
He was like, "Fuck that."
it was already talked about what I wanted to do. It was already a time that we set. Um, I don't know. I'm just considerate. So if I would have done that to somebody else, or somebody else would have planned something that they really wanted to do, and
Oh, sweet Jesus, let me kill this nigga. Considerate. She says she's considerate. That's the word she chose to use. She's full of shit. That's what the fuck she is. She said, "Ah, well, if you don't wake fuck him, I ain't waking him up." And she felt like, you know what, this is something else I could use to talk shit about him, or this is something else I could use against him. So I'm not going to wake him up. Fine, don't wake him up then.
They're dependent on me for transportation. I would have made sure that I was
See,
present for that moment. And I never woke Eric up ever. I don't wake people up out of their sleep. I would hate for somebody to wake me up out of my sleep. We actually talked about this as well. Like that's something that we just don't do.
Oh, that's different.
I don't wake people up. That's one thing I don't like. If you oversleep, like you oversleep. Like it wasn't a life or death situation. You know what I'm saying? Like if he overslept, then he overslept. I was upset back in the day. Like we didn't go to something I wanted to do. Okay, like it was fine.
So would you say like that was like the last straw for you, him oversleeping?
No, the last straw was the day before. I don't really know. So with me, it's like once my mind is made up on something, it's pretty much made. So when I booked the flight, it was kind of like already like anything he did after that was kind of like okay,
she booked on.
I'm leaving
So
too
it
anyway.
on this 7 day trip, or six, I think you said you left on the sixth. On what day did you realize, yeah, this is it for me, I'm done?
Um, that's a great question. It wasn't. Let me see. Give me a second. I don't really remember what day it was when it hit me like I'm done. It was just a feeling that I had when I was just like, I'm not doing this anymore. I'm not arguing anymore. I'm not being upset anymore. It wasn't necessarily like, oh, this day I got mad. It was just really like a feeling like I'm not.
That's actually good, man. Listen, man, arguing ain't the move. If you just met somebody, y'all ain't even got 2, 3 months in, and y'all don't have 4 or 5 arguments, man. Nah. Like, especially if it's like big arguments, big blow ups. Nah. I mean, you're gonna argue, of course, because you're two different people, trying to come together and be on one accord. So there's gonna be times where you're gonna go back and forth about things. But when it's like fresh, man, like I think they might have been fucking with each other for about 2 months, and in 7 days together, you guys had like 3 arguments. Nah, that's no good.
I don't want to feel like this. I don't have to feel like this. So that's really what happened. I don't know what day that was. I really don't know. It was probably the day I booked the flight, to be honest. But I just had a feeling. I'm like, I don't want to argue with this man anymore. I don't want to be uncomfortable in a foreign country with this man anymore. So that's really what it was. But afterwards, I didn't want to have a dating relationship with Eric anymore because I think Eric can still be a great person. So I was hoping that we can have a platonic, just cordial friendship.
No, 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 no. Listen to me. This friend shit. You don't need females as friends, dog. There's no benefit in having a chick as a friend. If you have me as a friend, or a guy as a friend, you get into some shit. Your fucking bro is there, right? You in a bind. Your bro is there to help you out. A chick, you're constantly going to be in that provide, protect role. She's receiving that energy. She's receiving all of those, the dinners and this and that. Are you going out and paying for lunch? Hey, let's meet up and go grab something. He's going to pay the tab. Like, no, there is no friends. At a certain age, you don't need any more female friends, bro. Maybe as a teenager, I guess. I mean, I don't know. You're in school. You might need to get the homework or some shit, that assignment that you missed or some bullshit like that. But as a grown motherfucking man or a grown motherfucking woman, you got your own lives. It is more beneficial for the woman to have a man as a friend than it is for a man to have a woman as a friend. She she knows that this guy got bread. She knows that he's a nice guy. She knows that he's also dependable. She knows that he's also ambitious. He plans well and all of that. He is an asset to her life as a friend. He is an asset to her life as a friend. To him, she ain't no fucking asset. She ain't even want to kiss or make out with the nigga. So what kind of benefit is he getting from her? Nothing. I hope he didn't fucking do that shit.
Afterwards, I know I didn't want to date him anymore, but I didn't want it to be as if he's out of my life completely, because he is cool. Like, Eric is a cool guy. Like, honestly, he's cool. He has a lot of skills, plays instruments. He's a really cool guy. Honestly, he has a lot of great qualities about himself. I just didn't want to date him anymore. So, yeah.
Come on, man. Hold it down for the niggas, B.
Eric, anything you want to add to that? If we could just wrap this up.
Um, I take notes, so I have the dates. July 5th was the day we went to dinner. It was the day that we had a conversation. You asked me to tell you what my expectations were of you. I told you that I would like more hugs. I said you're bad at hugs. Remember that? So she said, yeah, I'm going to work on that. And I told her that I felt like every time I gave her hugs, maybe she was feeling like it was trying to lead to something else. I'm like, no, the hug is really just a hug. Like, just put your arm around my head, and that's all it needs to be. And so she's like, yeah, I'll do better. And that was that. The dinner was great. The next morning is when I went for the run early, and I wake up early, I go for the run. So when I came back, she wanted to have a conversation that afternoon because she said things were seeming weird and I seemed distant. So I was trying to explain to her why I was distant. First of all, I was tired, but second of all, I'm just trying to give you some space, and I don't want to feel like I'm overcrowding you, essentially. And it was literally within 20 minutes of that conversation, she sent me the text, "Can you take me to the airport?"
Wow.
So it
Wow. You raggedy bitch. You raggedy fucking witch. I like how he's lining this up like, nah, I don't want to be your friend, bitch.
came out of nowhere, literally.
Okay. Okay. All right. Well, after this trip,
Yeah.
did you guys, I know you said, did you guys communicate at all after this trip, or was she left and that was it? I think you had mentioned you guys shared a suitcase, so eventually you had to see him again. So how did that happen?
It was cool. Like, honestly, so from everything that we just expressed to us getting back to Austin, we had conversation. Everything seemed fine. We came to understanding that we both said things that didn't need to be said. We both did things that didn't need to be done. Like, we've had conversations and everything was fine in my eyes. I thought everything was fine. When we got back to Austin, we talked about the trip. We said our goodbyes. He got his stuff, walked him to the door. He left. Um, Yeah, and the next day he took a flight. I checked on him. I was like, "Hey, are you at the airport? Did you make it there on time?" He was like, "Yeah." It was just regular. It was regular conversation, as if you're checking in on a person who's taking a flight. That's really what it was. I made sure he landed.
But meanwhile, I was like, why are you checking in on me after you've just walked away from me? Like, I'm like, the thing was weird to me because I was like, if this is a,
Yes, my nigga. Why you hitting me up? Like, why you checking on me? You just left me in Greece. I spent all this fucking money for us to fucking go out there and have a good time. You get upset and you just like, yo, I'm leaving. So why the fuck you calling on me to check up on? This is the shit bitches do. They'll fucking try to keep you in the friend zone. She's trying to friend. She's friend zoning this thing. He don't look at this guy. He doesn't need to be friend zoned. After this, you know how many bitches is probably hitting this nigga up? Cause they want to fucking go to Greece too. No, bitches, that shit is ruined. But yeah, he's right. Why are you hitting me up? Why are you calling me? Why are you texting me? You just left me, bitch.
Simple disagreement two people can have. We've apologized to each other, so we continue. It's two arguments. It's not enough to decide you don't want to speak to someone anymore.
So in your head, after that trip, and after she was checking in on you, you were still in the thought process that
Yeah,
you guys
nah,
were still
man.
dating.
After the I'm sorry, I forgive you, I forgive you. I thought, okay, yeah, we're back on track. We've sorted it out.
Okay. And then,
So,
so how did you find out that you guys are no longer dating?
She sent that text.
well, she sent me some pictures to edit. I edited the pictures. I sent them back to her. She went to London, which we by the way, we had.
She sent him some pictures to edit. She wants to use. You see, she wants to use this nigga. He is an asset to her. He can do things for her. If shit ain't going well, she ain't been on a date too long, she can hit him up. Hey, you wanna hang out or some shit like that. And he'll be like, yeah, sure. There's a nice restaurant, so you want to go? She's like, sure, thank you. I'd appreciate. No, bitch, no. You need to cut these hoes off from your fucking benefits. B. Being around a man is a benefit. They don't like to acknowledge that. Some of them probably don't even know that, but those that do, they don't like to acknowledge it. Being around a man is an asset. If you're gonna be a dick, a fucking silly broad, then you don't even need to be around that nigga. And every man needs to do this shit. Cut that bitch off if she's not giving you what you need, what you want. She want to be friends. Nah, baby, listen, man. I got enough friends. I got enough friends, man. I'm looking for a fucking chick. I'm looking for a girl. I'm looking for a lady. I'm looking for a wife. I'm looking for somebody to spend my fucking life with. I'm not. I don't need a whole slew of fucking female friends. Fuck, I need you. You're fucking useless. You're useless. Unless this man could call you, yo, man, shit crazy, shit dry out here, man. She like, oh, well, like, when's the last time like you had some? Shit, it's been like fucking 3 months. Damn. Well, listen, come on over. I'll take care of you. Now that's a friend. That's a friend. But if I can at least do that, and if we're still outside, if something happens, I'm still expected to protect your body, and be there for you as a man when it comes for protection. I gotta get something in fucking return. Just you being a fucking liability on my show, on my hip, is not a benefit for me.
Had a whole day because she booked the trip at 6 p.m. on the 6th. So we had still the whole day to spend together. We were sitting on the couch. We were cuddling on the couch.
This is in
finally.
Austin.
No, this was still.
Oh,
This
so
was
you're
the day
you're
after.
backtracking back to
I'm
Greece.
backtracking. Yeah. So she's already had a decision to leave. She's already bought the tickets. There's nothing we can do about that.
Okay.
We've apologized to each other. She's more calm. I'm more calm. So from that point on, I'm like, okay, well, maybe everything's fine.
Okay.
So the next day, when the day
When she
the
leaves.
6th, yeah, the day she's leaving, we're still cuddling on the couch. Like we watched a movie together. We went to breakfast. So that's where the confusion is, because it's like, if you're that angry, why are you so comfortable still being next to me?
And that's the thing. When they know they got an out, and the same thing happens in marriage. She knew her out was, well, I could use me buying a ticket and leaving as my chess move. It's the same thing in marriage. If they were fucking married and time went by and this said her chess move, her chess piece is divorce. So she would have divorced this nigga, he would have lost, you know what I'm saying, whatever the fuck he lost and had to pay alimony, whatever the fuck it is. And then she still wants to be friends. Seeing this type of fucking behavior from her early like that lets you know that she would have no problem cutting a nigga off because the woman always receives the most benefit in a fucking relationship. Right? So no matter what, look, she's with him. He fucking took her to fucking Greece. You know what I'm saying? All that shit. The nigga before him, was taking her out to dinner or whatever. The nigga before him was taking her out. In a woman's life, she always benefits from you. Always. And after you've given and given and given and given, she could decide to up and leave. You haven't received anything. This nigga took her to Greece and ain't even get no pussy yet.
Still cuddling with me. See what I'm saying?
Okay.
So it just creates a lot of
So
confusion
then,
for me.
from Austin to Las Vegas, she said obviously she's checking on you, make sure you get there okay. In
Yeah.
your head, everything's still good.
No, when I got to her apartment, I had to ask her one last time. I'm like, tell me straightforward. Are we still good? Are we not good? Are we not dating?
Yeah.
She's like, no, I have no interest in further dating. So I was
Okay.
like, all right, sounds good. I won't bring it up anymore.
Got
And
it.
from
So
that point
that
on,
was the last point.
from that point on, yeah, it was done. But the next morning, she's still checking on me on my flights. So again, see what I'm saying? I'm like, if we're done, why are you checking on me?
I mean, she said she thinks you're a cool person.
I understand, but
You're a human being that she cared for at one
I'm not
point.
looking for no friends. I got plenty female friends. Just my
Yes, nigga, yes, nigga, yes. That's what the fuck I'm talking about, man. Yeah.
friends.
Okay.
So it's like if we're not
You see her fucking
dating,
face?
like
You see her fucking face? Yeah, bitch. You ain't gonna be able to use this nigga, bitch. That's what you thought you was gonna be able to do. He's good at editing pictures and and this and that. Nah, bitch.
why are you checking on me?
I mean, she said she thinks you're a cool person.
I understand, but
You're a human being that she cared for at one
I'm not
point.
looking for no friends. I got plenty female friends that are just my friends.
Okay.
So it's like if we're
Uh-huh.
not dating, like
So you want to just
cut the losses
cold
and move
turkey,
on.
that's it, we're done.
Yeah, which is what I tried to do. I just didn't respond anymore, and I was just, just letting it fizzle out. It's only been a month. That's not anyone can recover from that.
Yeah.
There's no hard emotional investment.
Okay.
Oh,
All right.
so it's only been a month. I thought it was like 2 months. It's only been a month. It's only been a fucking month.
All right. Well, obviously
It's
we.
just how it goes
Yeah.
sometimes.
Yeah. Well, that's pretty much everything I had. Any final thoughts on your end? No, Jocelyn's like, no. All right. So, any upcoming projects that we should be on the lookout from either one of you, Jocelyn?
No, I don't have any upcoming projects coming up. Nothing.
Okay. She said, I'm gonna stick to my 9 to 5. That's it.
Yeah, I got a 9 to 5. That's it. That's all I got
Hey,
going
we
right
love
now.
that too.
Yeah.
And then Eric, what about for yourself?
Nothing. Just still on the road, traveling, doing my training.
Okay.
Yeah, simple.
All right. Well, I do thank you both for coming on today, talking. I know this was probably a little bit tough to discuss and everything, but we do thank you for coming on, speaking your truths, all that good stuff. And I wish you both the best in the future and whatever you may get into.
Thank you.
All right. And thank you everyone at home for tuning in. We'll catch you all next time.
All right. All right. Now, I wanted to show this. This is how they first met. That was him. He looks completely different, doesn't he?
She's like, what do I say? All right. And then, so based off of those responses you've heard so far, I'm going to go ahead and have you pop another balloon.
Well, two of them had the same answer.
Right.
And Lord.
You know what? Let me make it easier for you. Let's have them ask you a question.
Oh, okay.
Okay, guys? No one? Oh, okay.
Sure. What kind of engineering do you practice?
I'm a systems engineer.
That's great. That was my first love. The first thing I did as a child, my dad was an engineer as well, and I really loved building like laptops, CPUs and stuff back as a
Oh, you
child.
get me? Yes.
Yeah, I understand that. So that's great. And then smoking as well is my top three. Automatic 4-point deduction on a 1 to 10 hotness scale is just no. So I like
Perfect.
that about you as well.
Thank you.
All right. Question over here.
Yeah. Where you from?
Merlin.
Is there something wrong with Maryland?
You all right, nigga?
When was your last relationship?
July 2023.
Okay. You still keep in contact with that person?
No, I do not. He
All
stole
right.
my dog.
Oh, he stole your
He
dog?
stole my dog.
You got any kids?
No kids.
No kids. How many kids you want?
About 3.
When you trying to have them?
Whenever I get married.
Yeah.
Yeah. What's wrong?
Let's go to our next guy. All right. Any questions for her?
Yes. What got you into gardening?
I'm sorry. That's a weird ass nigga. Yo, this nigga weird as fuck, man. What? Yo, what's wrong with this nigga? Yo, did you see that? This nigga here. He stole your dog. When you trying to
Relationship.
July 2023.
Okay. You still keep in contact with that person?
No, I do not. He
All
stole
right.
my dog.
Oh, he stole your
He
dog?
stole my dog.
You got any kids?
No kids.
No kids. How many kids you want?
About 3.
When you trying to have them?
Whenever I get married.
Yeah.
This nigga said, "Damn, yo, y'all know I'm a motherfucking male advocate, B. I'm a male advocate, right? And I always have my brother's backs. But when he said, when you trying to have him, she said, when I get married, this nigga said, damn. So you just try to pop kids on it without marrying her, nigga? It's like, I don't, yo, what the fuck is going on here? That shit was just weird as a motherfucker. That was really weird.
Okay. Let's go to our next guy. All right. Any questions for her?
Yes.
That's the pimp.
What got you into gardening?
It's
I'm asking
very-
that question because when you get into gardening, you like to watch things grow.
I do.
And I can tell by this love that we share, you're going to watch it grow and you're going to nourish that. So, what got you into gardening?
Ooh. Ooh. So,
Yeah, they
I
laugh.
grew up in the country, kind of Maryland,
What?
and I don't know. I was always outside and things like that, and I wasn't always allowed to play with my brothers. So I found myself still being outside, but doing something productive and whatnot. So when I got my own apartment and things like that, I just. All right. So, Lord have mercy. So I'm going to pop you.
Okay.
You're a very attractive young man.
Look good too, baby. You look good too, baby.
Okay. And I'm going to pop you. You're a great looking young man as well.
Okay, let's go back up here. Come on over here. Come on over. All right. So, I always have
Why
this
is he
one
looking
final
like-
question. If there's no others,
Look at this nigga.
I don't have a question.
you don't. Mm-hmm.
Hold up.
All right.
Look at this.
So,
This dude.
Lord have mercy. So I'm going to pop you.
Okay.
You're a very attractive young man,
Look good too, baby. You look good too, baby.
All right, so
Yeah.
pops him,
and I'm going to pop you.
pops him.
You're a great
Watch
looking
this
young
happen.
man as well.
Okay, let's go back up here. Come on over here. Come on over.
What is wrong with this?
All right. So, I always have just one final question. If there's no others,
I don't have a question.
you don't.
I don't have a question.
Okay. So, is it going to be a yes for you for her?
Yes.
And is it a yes for you for him?
Yes.
We got a match! Okay, I'll take this mic and you guys can go on off. Oh, look at y'all go.
Shit crazy. This shit crazy, man. That shit was crazy, dog. Holy shit. I'm proud of that motherfucker, though. He said, I got enough female friends, bitch. Enough female friends, bitch. We don't need no more motherfucking female friends. Ooh. But it would be nothing. Nothing. Hope y'all enjoyed the show. Don't be out here being bitches' friends. And holla at y'all later.